Principal Thompson's strict 3-second rule for tardiness was infamous, but he never expected it to apply to him. The rules stated that if you were 3 seconds late to morning assembly, a deduction of 50 cents would be applied from your weekly allowance, regardless of the reason. There were no exceptions, no grace period, and no appeals. The clock in the main hall was the absolute authority. I watched poor Sarah Jenkins lose 50 cents when her shoelace snapped, causing her to cross the assembly hall threshold exactly 3.5 seconds late. Principal Thompson, stone-faced, declared, "Rules are rules, young lady. There is no leeway." Then, just last week, Mark Richards, whose bus broke down, arrived 4.2 seconds late. Principal Thompson, without a hint of compassion, stated, "Your personal problems do not excuse your failure to adhere to school policy." It was a classic case of cognitive rigidity, where a person adheres strictly to established routines and rules, even when faced with new information or extenuating circumstances. I had a chance of winning the annual Perfect Attendance and Punctuality scholarship, a substantial $500 prize. Losing even 50 cents would disqualify me. I had to ensure Principal Thompson understood the impact of his own rule. I started arriving 15 minutes early every day, always positioning myself near an old, rarely used side entrance, which I suspected Principal Thompson occasionally used to slip in unnoticed. I began documenting. A small notebook, a cheap digital watch, and a phone to timestamp everything. It was the final day of the scholarship competition. The assembly was scheduled for 8 a.m. sharp. My watch read 7:55 a.m., then 7:57 a.m., 7:59 a.m., tension built. 7:59 and 30 seconds. Where was he? The main hall clock chimed 8 a.m. Still no Principal Thompson. At precisely 8 and 5 seconds, Principal Thompson, looking flustered, power-walked through the side door, straightening his tie. He immediately launched into an excuse about unexpected traffic congestion on Elm Street. I stepped forward, holding my phone with the timestamp on display. "Principal Thompson," I said calmly, "according to your 3-second rule, and as documented on the main hall clock, you are 5 seconds late for assembly." A few students who had noticed my setup discreetly pulled out their own phones, recording him. Suddenly, Miss Albright, the head of the scholarship committee, appeared, holding a printed copy of the school handbook open to page 27. Section 3 billion, which detailed the perfect attendance scholarship requirements, including the no tardiness for any staff member or student clause. She calmly informed him that his tardiness, by his own rule, disqualified him from judging the scholarship competition, and that the committee would be appointing an interim judge for the remainder of the week. This was an example of retributive justice, where the penalty for an offense is proportionate to the harm caused, often applied by the system itself back to the Ngayern T-letter 1 EAFC person. Follow for a new story every day.